This goes back to only 50 years ago, 52 years ago, to Ted Maiman, one of the great scientists and engineers and technologists of our time. He came from Stanford, and then he went down to use aircraft, and he invented the laser. And you can see how small it was, sort of the same size as the first transistor. Now, and they both changed totally since then. Then John Knuckles, a few days later, up at Lawrence Livermore National Lab, said, I got an idea of using lasers to make fusion happen. And he told us to do this. And he's still around talking to us. And he said, why don't you just have a gold can, could be other materials, and inside of it we have a little fuel tank of hydrogen. Remember, that's about the size of a peppercorn. And it has a little capsule wall made out of plastic. And put some lasers into it and heat it up like an oven, except you do it in a few billionths of a second and bring it up to millions of degrees. And then you have these X-rays that will be absorbed by that plastic and turn it into a rocket. And the rocket is now pushing in at very high speeds. We go in at about 1 million miles an hour, so it really moves quickly. And if you do this, you could get pressures and temperatures high enough for Einstein's equation to work. So he said to do that, and 52 years later, we're here and doing this experiments. You have to have an infrastructure around these guys to take advantage of them. And if you don't, a lot of these things just die on the vine. But it's our goal to look for people, young people, and great ideas, and nurture them. So I do think you need these ideas. I always go back to Ted Maiman. He went up against Bell Labs, MIT, the whole crowd, and built a laser that they had decided would not work. And he built it with Edmund Scientific, a Bell and Howell lamp, and stuff like that. It's kind of an interesting story. And that's because he was a good physicist, a good engineer, a good inventor, and he wasn't afraid of what other people were saying. And, they never really recovered from it, But he was, he just pushed that envelope to the limit. I think that's what we all need to do.